Hey everybody, welcome back to Behind the Bulb. I am Brandon.
Hey, and I'm Michael.
And Behind the Bulb is where we answer your questions, our faithful fans and followers, about things that you want to know about Brainy Pixel or maybe about us. And we got a question today, Michael. It's a big one.
What does our audience want to know today, Brandon?
They want to know, what is Brainy Pixel doing, or what do we think about AI, artificial intelligence?
I don't think that there's been such a big question since Napster started taking over music distribution.
That's really dating us.
I know. AI is quite a controversial subject.
It is. It is. So do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Well, let me say, first of all, we're talking about generative AI related to the creation of art and animation and video production, and also of writing. Mm-hmm. Now, AI is used in all sorts of things, but we're going to focus specifically on as it relates to creating content, right?
A good apologist. You're defining your terms right up front. I love it.
All right.
So you want me to go first? Or
you go first. What are we doing? What do you think about it?
So I think that, number one, we have prayed about this for a long time, and we have had many, many meetings about this. And early on, we were a little bit, I would say, hesitant to approach the realm of AI because we were afraid of lawsuits and we didn't want to get into this realm. But over several months of prayer and study and meetings and talking to some really smart people that God has blessed us to come in contact with, we are now viewing AI as a potential tool to use for the glory of God. So we think it's the way you use AI that you can potentially use it to glorify God and His kingdom. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing a lot of work and spending a lot of time and a lot of money for the last several months doing a lot of testing into creating ways that you can use AI ethically, what we're calling ethical AI. And it's where you essentially quarantine your data sources and you create your own LoRa's or visual databases, if you will, that you use to train your AI in very specific, repeatable ways. And things are looking pretty good so far. So I'm very excited about what we're doing and be glad when we can show it. So what do you think?
Yeah. Well, I want to just give a little background that similarly, as an artist, the idea of people just aggregating the artwork that exists on the web or the photos that exist and then creating new art, derivative art based on that, I feel does have some questions of ownership. And it's one of the reasons that, for instance, the Copyright Office in the United States said that text-generated imagery that's aggregated off the web is not copyrightable. And so there are a lot of questions like that. And so I was kind of inclined to stay away from it. And then we attended a session, a virtual session, the Lion's Den meeting, which is an organization that funds business as missions through investors. And there was a lot of talk there about how AI can be used in ministry and how this tool can be used. In that sense, it was more about, Brandon, it was about using AI to translate biblical messages or stories that point people to God into different languages, also for the use in creating of imagery. And so, in fact, we were challenged at that event to look at AI and find ways to use it as a tool rather than be afraid of it as a Christian. Right. But to say, as a Christian, how can we use it for God's glory? And then, how can we steer away from the things that it can be used for the wrong purposes for? Just like, a hammer is good at driving a nail in a piece of wood, and it also can be used in a bad way. So
yeah, you can really mess somebody up with a hammer. So the short answer is we're carefully, cautiously, and prayerfully approaching the use of AI, but the use of AI not in probably what you're used to. Very federated, protected data sources, only using things that are approved for public source, so like public domain images, but then actually creating databases of imagery that we own or have purchased and then are modifying to suit our needs. So it's a very meticulous process, and it's been really exciting, and when we get to show you what we've come up with, we hope you're excited too. So great question.
All right. Well, and thank you so much for that question. And it's something that we look forward to sharing more with you about what we're creating in the area of AI.
That's right. So keep asking those questions, and we'll see you on the next Behind the Bulb. See you later.